Right, I suppose we better get started. I'm going to stick closely to that 10 o'clock start. Good morning, Isla. So that we can get through the whole of the content. Can you believe that we are on lesson 10 and that we have made it to the end of the summer one term? It's bizarre. So next week we'll be having a lovely week off and a lovely break from our learning so that we can rest and we can wake up late and we can go for walks and we can go for cycles and picnics in the park and all things wonderful and glorious. So I'm really looking forward to it. I hope the weather stays as lovely as it has this week, next week. Otherwise that'd be a bit of a downer, but still a week off nonetheless. Again, I don't see new names this time, so we're going to stick to the same instructions. The listening, let me get my pointer. The listening instruction, the writing and commenting instruction, and you comment at the virtual school page with this button just here. So, happy Thursday, everybody. Lesson 10. Now, we asked you last week, Thursday, so a week ago, to comment any lessons that you want to revisit and revise. And you asked me to go back through oh, that's really good to hear, Jay. Thank you. And good morning, Amy Lee. You asked me to recover commas, which we did. I say a massive thank you to those of you that have sent in the letters already. It was Thank a Teacher Day yesterday, and a particular thank you to you, Karis, as I know you got Mum to send me a private message as well, which really made my day. But the rest of you wrote letters, which was lovely. I'm still awaiting a few letters from you, so please do get those done because it's important that I still see your writing and your ability to apply commas because I went so thoroughly through it last lesson. So I am looking forward to those. And this lesson you asked me to go through modal verbs, so I will do that today. Good morning, Cole. I'm great, thank you. Hope you are as well. And good morning, Danielle. Lovely. Right. So today we're learning, as just said, modal verbs. That's going to seem a bit like deja vu because we did cover it. But let's, in good old traditional fashion, go through it by listening to MC Grammar to wake you up a little bit, play some jams in the house, and hopefully trigger those brains into what a modal verb is. So remember, this is the one that last time I tried to play it, I had to try it 3 times over for it to even work. So fingers crossed I get it right first time today. But I want you to watch and listen carefully because you'll be exposed to 3 different types of verbs, but look specifically for the modal verb words, okay? So let's have a little go at doing this today.
Or action, being, doing words, verbs, or action, being, doing words, verbs, or action, being, doing words, verbs, or action, being, doing words. Have you heard of a word called a verb in a sentence? And freeze. Wait, now you know about verbs, let's do it again. Have you heard of a word called a verb in a sentence? It's needed to work. Yeah, let's focus on work for a second because verbs are being doing words. Yeah, lights, camera, action in a sentence, find the action word. Yeah, if you can, you can discover the 3 different forms of verbs. Yeah.
I decided just to let myself go today and just dance along. Why not? I feel like it's like the end of the term. I'm all excited. Right, Amy E, you need to stop being so unbelievably thoughtful. I'm so touched. I'll have to message Miss Purcell after this. We've got a training at 2. We might have to go into school and do the training at 2 together because I've just got your message saying that your mum sent both of us, some tea this afternoon at school today. And that's so thoughtful that we can't ignore that. So, Miss Purcell, if you're tuning in, bless Amy E. She's only gone and done something incredibly adorable. So we may need to reconvene today at school and and do our training at school together. Be nice to see you anyway, Miss Purcell. So thank you so much, Amy, for that. That was so thoughtful, so kind. I'm actually really touched and shocked. Good morning, Debbie Lee. Good morning, Sky. Good morning, Carl. Good morning, Lexi. Good morning, Maisie. Oh, silly song lagging. Sorry, Carl, about that. But if you're having problems, my lovely, you might need to come back out, come back in. Right, I shan't digress anymore. I'm just incredibly overwhelmed by the thoughtfulness of Amy E. But right, let's carry on. So, modal verbs. Oh gosh, is this even working for me now? Let's go next. There we go, my lovelies. So modal verbs are forms of auxiliary verbs. They are often the forgotten bracket of verbs, those was, is, kind of connective words that don't actually add meaning necessarily to the sentence, bar maybe popping in a bit of tense so that you know, like was means it happened past tense. But they're more so there just to help the flow of the sentence. Often the sentences don't make sense without them. So they're often the unsung hero of verbs for things, but they are so important to our sentences. So modal verbs are forms of auxiliary verbs, and our sentences usually can't, a modal verb usually can't work alone within those sentences. They need a main verb to attach to. So main verbs are those more familiar verbs that we're used to, like run, sleep, jump, clap, smile, stand, sit, think, all those things that are kind of doing words, action words. So here are our modal verbs that attach to those main verbs. So we've got can, could, may, might, must, ought to, shall, will, should, and would. Good morning, Akmal. So, can, let's have a little talk about it. So, can is a modal verb that expresses the ability or request to do something. So, for example, can you ride a bike? Or can I ride my bike? That's you requesting, isn't it? You're requesting the permission to go and ride your bike. Can I ride my bike today, Mum? Whereas the ability to do it is I can ride my bike. So that's me telling you I have the ability to ride a bike. Can you tell me something you have the ability to do? So don't use the can to request, use the can for ability. So my example was, I can ride a bike. Can you tell me something you can do? Comment now. Carl, I don't want presents, my lovely. You tuning into these lessons are present enough. I don't think you understand how much I appreciate you guys coming to these lessons. So I am so grateful for you for considering even sending me something. It's so kind. It's so big-hearted of you. But I just don't want to encourage any pressure to do that because I am just grateful that you are tuning into the lessons. But on another note, I don't know what your favourite animal is, but mine, I love elephants and I love monkeys. Making me want to go to a zoo, Cole. Right, let's have a look at what we can do. Amy E can swim. Great. Isla can make a cake. Oh my gosh, Isla, mouth watering. Is it chocolate? I'm there if it is. Lexi can make her own cup of hot chocolate. Lexi, can we both go to Isla's house and have a hot chocolate and cake, please? Danielle can do gymnastics. That's super impressive. Summer can play on the laptop. Summer, I know that because you're usually so fast with your comments. John Paul can ride his scooter. I know you can. I saw you, John Paul, the other day. Maisie, you can grow flowers. How beautiful. Zach, you can do your live lessons and you've been super since that day I arrived at your house. I'm so proud of you. Karis can write a story, and Karis, from what I remember, for the lovely 3 months I taught you and your writing, it was superb. So you absolutely can. Isla can dance. Oh no, Amy Lee can dance. Night fever, night fever. Me too, Amy. Take it to the clubs. Right, let's go. So good. So you've all used can in the correct way. Well done. So let's go on to could. So could suggests past ability. So something that you were able to do but can't do now. It could suggest something, or it could suggest future possibility. So for example, I could swim. I can still swim, but for example, I could swim would suggest that I used to be able to, but maybe because I haven't practiced it as much, I'm a bit rusty and I can't really do it as well now. So a suggestion could be, you could teach me to swim. Who said they could swim? Amy E, you could teach me to swim. Or future possibility, I could get swimming lessons to help me swim. So I want you to think of something maybe you can't do as well anymore. So maybe I could wake up at 9 a.m. and maybe you can't anymore. And maybe what would be your future possibility then? So I could set an alarm to practice waking up early. So I want you to use could as a future possibility. Oh, Jude, paper figures. Could you send me some pictures of that? Yes, Chloe B, of course you can do TikTok dances. You are funny. I don't know what you do. It looks like you're having like a fit with your hands. You're just so fast. Although, Chloe, I can't remember. You taught me how to do the thing. I can't remember it, Chloe. You taught me how to, was it something in the world? Can't remember. Getting too old, Chloe. Drop the world? I can't imagine it being drop the world. Surely not. Don't distract me, Chloe. Don't tell me what it is. I'll forget. I'll get distracted and won't carry on teaching. I could be a great gymnast, absolutely, Danielle, particularly if you continue to practice. I could have went on a holiday somewhere I know. Isn't it heartbreaking? I could get into art. Oh, Carl, lovely. I could try doing backflip, Jay. Don't try it at home today, please. We don't want to ruin Blake's birthday with a trip to the hospital because that backflip went a bit wrong. So do not try at home. Or if you are, tell your mum first. Get permission, request permission. Can I try a backflip, mum? She'll probably say, absolutely not, Jay. I could ride my bike from when we did Safe Side. Oh, Jude, what a lovely recap there on our Year 5 learning. Good times. Right, lovely. So we've got may. So may again is a permission word. So may I go to the toilet? It's asking for that future permission. You want to do it next. Might is obviously a bit of that 50-50 modal verb. It's saying that it could happen, but it's not always necessarily going to happen. So I might be late for my tea, Amy E. Fingers crossed I'm not. I might go to school later with Miss Purcell. So it's all suggesting what we might do. Oh, tell me, I'm really nosy. What might you do on your week off? Dream, let's dream together. What might we do? I could do the splits. Amy Lee, goodness me. If I tried to do the splits, they'd be calling an ambulance for me, taking me straight, because I won't be getting back up, I assure you that. I'll be down for good. I am not flexible at all. Can barely get up off the seats nowadays. My joints are so old. I might have a barbecue. Isla, is it you that said you were baking as well? And now you're saying you might have a barbecue. Let me check. Isla, I'm coming over to your house. You've got all the food. Isla's is where it's at, people. Isla, just send me your address for it. It's all right. I'll be around later after my tea from Amy E. I might go for a bike ride. Amy, did you know I bought a bike about 2 weeks ago? And I had the vision that I was going to ride this cycle and near enough learn to do Tour de France. I mean, obviously it was a bit of a stretch, and I probably did one lap on my block and literally collapsed on my sofa. I am so unfit. So if you've got any tips for building up bike ride stamina, send them my way. Maisie, I may go in the pool later. Oh, I might go into the pool later. Lovely. I might do dance lessons. Oh, I might do some baking on our week off, Lexi. Lovely. I might go back to bed later, Sky. I might get an iPhone 11. Oh, very snazzy. I might go to my nan's. That is lovely, Alexi. Nans are the best, aren't they? Right, lovely. Right, we've nailed it. We're nailing it. Lovely. Some lovely things that you might do on your week off. I'm very excited for you all. Hello, Aman. Lovely to see you, my lovely. Right, must. Now, must is that really strong modal verb. So I must wear school uniform. That's what we have to do, right? It's a necessity. We are obliged to do that. Or you must be respectful to your parents, which, do you know what? I've heard so many good things about how you guys have been at home and how wonderful you've been, considering how hard and challenging it's been. So well done for sticking to those musts. Now, ought to isn't typically in your vocabulary. I would say it's one of the lesser modal verbs that you frequently use. So ought to is that, given that what's right, what's correct. So you ought to clean your room. Don't rely on your parents to do it. You ought to wake up each morning. You ought to make your bed. You ought to tidy your room. And if you're super fantastic, you ought to help around the house. So it's given those ideas of what you should be doing, what's the right thing to do, what's the correct thing to do. So you ought to be doing your life lessons, which you are, because I can see you. Rather. Shall, again, not as frequently used. So shall is the offer. So shall I help him? Shall I offer to help him? Shall we go over your learning again? Shall we revisit modal verbs, which we are doing now? Yeah, so that's what shall means. Should. Should is giving that advice. You should be working harder today. You should take a break later. You should complete your doodle tasks. That's giving you that advice. It has here as well uncertain prediction. It's like that should we? Should we go to the park later? That uncertainty. Will, again, a nice strong modal verb like must. You will hand me in a letter later because I really want to see them. And then would, again, is that request that would you like make an arrangement? Would you like to come back to school soon? I would. Okay, so hopefully we understand these a little bit more. Good morning, Rihanna. I ought to know how to copy my work or submit my work. Yes, Jude. I hope you do. If not, we can talk through it. Oh, Dahlia, I ought to see my friends and family. Sad face. I know. I must tidy my room. Yes, yes, Amy Lee, you should. I ought to know this. You guys have got some great ones. Lovely. So let's identify modal verbs because I've just bleated on. I'm going to go through them again. Can, could, may, might, must, ought to, shall, should, will, would. Now, these can be made negative. Can could become can't, and it's still a modal verb. Could become couldn't, and it's still a modal verb. May, may not, mayn't. Might, mightn't, might not, mightn't. Must, mustn't, must not. Ought to not. Shall not, shan't. Should not, shouldn't. Would not. Will not. Don't have a willn't. Just will not. And would not, won't. Okay? So, in these sentences, there are 5 here. Some of them contain modal verbs, some of them don't. So have a look. Read 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 and tell me the numbers of the sentences that have modal verbs. So it might be 1 and 3 have a modal verb, or 3 and 5, or 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Who knows? Read them through and you tell me. Let's see who gets there. Oh, lovely, Jay. You will wash your hands later. I love the hygiene element of that. I should go back to sleep, Amy. Are you tired, my lovely? I do apologise for disturbing your slumber with my English lesson. Do you know what, Chloe B? I had a heart attack there because at first I just read BF. So you said I will see my BFF. I thought you just said BF. I was thinking you're way too young for a boyfriend, Mrs. But you actually said BFF. That would be lovely, wouldn't it? I bet you're really all missing your friends. Right, let's have a look. Summer, smashed it. Good. First point for 5CF. We're getting down to business again, guys. Isla, you've got the 2 that you said are right, but have another look. Same thing to Jay. The 2 that you have said are correct, but have another look. Zach, have a look. One of yours is right. Sky smashed it, second point for 5CF. Amy E, my lovely, the 2 that you've said are correct, but have another look. Harris, the 2 that you have said are correct, but have another look. John Paul, 2 of yours are right, 1 of yours are wrong. Amy E smashed it, 5 BP point. Well done. Amy Lee, 2 of yours are right. Check again for 1 more. Lexi, 2 of yours are right. Check again for 1 more. Good. No one's actually put, well, no, a couple of people have, but most people have put all the right answers. Maisie, sorry, the 2 that you've put are right, but check for 1 more, my lovely. Isla, you've put 2 correct, check for 1 more. Danielle, well done. Well done, Jay. I'm working it a bit differently today. Anyone who submits me a right answer today gets a point for their class. So it means all contributions are worthy and valid today. Right, I'm going to stop there. Well done. So, absolutely, if you got 3, oh my gosh, you just submitted it in time, Caris. If you got 3, 4, and 5, pat on back time. Superb work, well done, because they are right. Now, the reason being is I might be going on holiday over the weekend. The might there is the modal verb. Dust mites are everywhere, but they are so small we can't see them. Can't is the modal verb there. And he should have scored. It was an open goal. Should is the modal verb there. There were no modal verbs in here because people might have got confused with. That is a subordinating conjunction, and but we know is a coordinating conjunction, neither one being a modal verb. So well done, 3, 4, and 5 superstars. Right, selecting modal verbs. I've got 3 sentences here, and I don't know why I've got A, C, and B. Something went wrong, but it's fine. Anyway, can you put the correct modal verb in the correct sentence? So just write me the 3 modal verbs in order. So don't worry about writing out the whole sentence, because I know that will take you forever, bless. Just write the 3 modal verbs in the correct order. They do link to specific sentences, so you now need to start thinking which modal verb is most appropriate and where. So let's have a go. Well done, Amy. Fastest finger, my lovely. Alex C, we're looking at these three words here: can, should, and can't. Well done, Jay, superstar. Well done, Summer. Well done, Maisie. Chloe B, I'll speak to you later. Well done, Danielle. Well done, Sky. Well done, John Paul. Right, brilliant. Super, super, super. Let's have a look. So it should have been should, can, and can't. Pasha should try her hardest at school. Tom is a great footballer. He can even play in goal. He is so tired he can't keep his eyes open. Well done. Make sure you got that correct. Superstars. Right. Next one. Same thing. There are three modal verbs here that need to be inserted into these sentences. What order should they go in? Where do they best link? Amy, you've got me and Miss Purcell messaging each other now, arranging when we're going into school, so don't worry, we'll be there. Well done, Amy Lee, as well for your previous answer, superstar. Well done, Amy E. Well done, Summer. Good start, Isla and Demi. Well done. Really good. Right, let's have a look. All just got in there, John Paul and Alexi, superstars. Well done. Bringing back points for 5 BP. Oh, it's getting tight. I'll reveal the scores at the end. Well done, Maisie, as well. Superstars. Right, incredible work. So, if she keeps trying hard, she might just have a chance. Good. Well done for putting Mike first. He is still learning. He can't do his shoes up just yet. Well done. And you shouldn't hurt people or steal things. So, well done. You all smash that. Well done, Chloe B. Oh my gosh, Chloe B. I don't want to know that yet. Well done, Sky. Kobe, we're doing work. Do work. Kobe is sending me private messages, guys. I shan't tell you what about. Right. Identify modal verbs. Can you give a piece of advice to these people with a problem using a modal verb? So you might want to use modal verbs like would, should, could. So help! I have moved to a new school and I feel like I don't have any friends. What piece of advice would you give to that person using a modal verb? Help! I have moved to a new school and I feel like I don't have any friends. What piece of advice can we give that person with that problem? A horrible problem to have that. Chloe, your next response needs to be your answer, not you having a chat with me. Oh, lovely, Summer. Great advice. You should try and speak to new people. Great. So use the modal verb should there. There, you could try and make one. Good. So modal verb could. Oh, Maisie, how big-hearted. I could be your friend. That is adorable. That is so lovely. Cole, you should talk to new people and make friends. Great piece of advice there. Isla, you could go and make friends by talking to them. Lovely. Amy E, it will be fine. You shouldn't worry about it. Good negative modal verb there. You should ask someone if you can play with them. Guys, have you guys taken a course in counselling here and how to be a great buddy? Because these are lovely little pieces of advice that you're giving. You should try and talk to them. Lovely, Karis. Really nice there. Good. So we have a second problem. Help. This person's clearly popular. Two friends have invited me to their birthday parties at the same time on the same day. What does that person do? Dilemma. Even your friends there now, do you? What should you do? What should this person do? Oh, John Paul, I would be your friend. So lovely. You're all so lovely. What a big hearted cohort we have in Year 5. Summer, you could try and go to a bit of each one. That's a nice idea. That way you don't upset anyone, do you? Maisie, I would spend a bit of time at both of them. Great idea. Make sure that you plan it well, Maisie, so that you're there for the cake at both parts. Don't want to miss out on birthday cake. Good. You could go to one party for a bit and then go to the other one. Lovely, Jay. John Paul, I would go and spend time at both of my friends' parties. Lovely. Oh, you should have a joint birthday party. Yes. Why not combine the celebrations? Say, instead of me going to your house and your house, you both come to my house and we'll have a massive party here. Great idea, Cole. You could spend half time at one friend's party and the other half at the other friend's party. Great use of modal verbs, guys. You've nailed it. Right. So that brings us on then to that's the end of our modal verbs. I hope you realise that they're actually nice and simple and that we can apply them very easily to our writing, and that the purpose of them is to either the request, to give advice, to seek permission, or for obligation like must. So hopefully that has helped you with your modal verbs understanding and how we put them into our writing very simply. I think you use them anyway, don't you? Yeah, Isla's on my wavelength. You could see if you could make a big party with both parties at the same time. Why not double the fun? Right, so that brings us on to our end of term quiz. Now we have gone through, so I'm going to try and recall this off my head, synonyms, antonyms, commas, modal verbs, inverted commas, similes, metaphors, personification. Yes, that's 8. And then we had a pupil voice lesson and this lesson. So I think I've remembered all of it. So we have gone through a lot of learning. So now it's your time to shine and see how well you have taken in that knowledge and how well you can now show me that knowledge. Okay? Are you ready for the quiz? Dun, dun, dun. Right, let's go. Question 1. Tense, guys. Right, question 1 is, and you're going to have 2 minutes to submit your answers. Once the 2 minutes are over, that's it. So remember, this is for individual glory, guys, and for the glory of your class. Now it was 5 BP win. 5 BP and 5 CF draw. 5 CF win. And then it was a sneaky 5 CF win on the last lesson as well. This is the final lesson. Is it going to be a 5 BP win and then we have drawn everything? Or is it going to be a 5 CF win and then 5 CF for the victors of our learning this term? Let's see. 2 minutes. Circle the two words in the passage below that are synonyms of each other. I'm not reading it to you, you're reading it. What two words are synonyms? I'm not even telling you what synonyms are. This is the quiz. Do you remember? Nervous. Oh, let me start my 2 minutes. Silly me. I'll skip that along a little bit to give you a bit too much time. You want me to do sound effects? Do 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 do. Okay, I won't, just in case it distracts you. Right. Let's see. 1.5 CF. Amy, have another look, my lovely. Not sure which one it is. I don't have the last name. 1.5 BP. Have another go. Maisie. Maisie, what you've actually found is antonyms. So you'll be an antonyms master. Or another 0.5 BP. Oh, another 0.5 BP. Oh, they're making a comeback, Miss Purcell. I think we might have a tie on our hands. We are looking for synonyms. Think about the MC Grammar song. What are synonyms? Remember my zone of relevance. What are synonyms? Have another go, Jay. Have another go, Isla. Remind me at the end to reveal to you something at the end. I feel like Amy and Summer, that'd be a great job for you two. Tell me, Miss, remember to tell us what you said you would tell us. Comment that to me at the end in case I forget. Right, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Oh, amazing. Got in just in time. Super. Look at you seeing the last minute 0.5 BP. Well done. So the answers were tolerance and patience. So, having queued for over half an hour, Sanjit found that his tolerance was being severely tested. Most of the other children had lost patience and gone elsewhere. Now, let's just go through let's just go through why it wasn't some of the ones that you said. So I had found and lost. It's not found and lost because if you've lost something, it's gone. If you found it, then you've regained it, haven't you? So they're antonyms of each other. One means to not have and one means to have. So they're antonyms, they're opposites. So would it be that? We also had lost and gone. So I can see why those would be considered as synonyms. They are very similar in meaning. But if you've lost something, the idea is that hopefully it's just misplaced and you may find it again. Whereas something's completely gone, it's that idea of it's disappeared, never to come back again. So there is a slight dissimilarity, whereas tolerance and patience are more closely linked because if you are tolerant, you are patient. Okay? So well done to those that got that right. Next one, are we ready? Question 2. Which verb is a synonym of the verb produce? Which verb is a synonym of the verb produce? A, B, C, or D? 2 minutes. Well done, Isla. Well done, Lexi. Well done, Amy E. Well done, John Paul. Well done, Cole. Well done, Summer. Well done, Jay. Alex C, have another look, my lovely. Well done, Demi. Well done, Chloe B. A few more seconds because Speed the Slugs have had loads of answers come through. Oh, what's going on here? Go. Well done, guys. So it was in court, of course. The answer was make. Well done. So if you're producing something, you are making it. So well done for those of you that understand that. To produce something doesn't mean to buy it. That wouldn't work. Doesn't mean to sell it. It doesn't mean to trade it. You are making it. So really, really well done. Right. Next one. Starting the timer now. Which word is an antonym? Remember our dance. Is an antonym of difficult, hard, easy, impossible, or challenging. Well done, Isla. Well done, Amy E. Well done, Summer. Well done, Jay. Well done, Cole. Have a look, Lexi. Well done, Caris. Well done, John Paul. Oh, in fact, sorry, John Paul. Have a look, John Paul. Sorry, have a look, Lexi. My apologies, I'm getting confused. Well done, Danielle. Have a look, Sky. Well done, Maisie. Have a look, Alex C. Well done, Cole. Well done, Debbie. Well done. Oh, Amy Lee, have a look, my lovely. Antonyms. If you're there in that lesson, this might mean something to you. And then we went into like that, and we did a bit that. I mean, it was all going on. Right, are we ready? 4, 3, 2, 1. Right, let's look. It is easy. So remember, antonyms are opposites. Antonyms are opposites. So an antonym is the opposite word to another, like a sister is to a brother, or a brother is to a mother. They're opposites. So antonyms are opposites, guys. So difficult means you're finding something hard, means you're finding something challenging, it means you're struggling, means it is not easy. So the antonym is that it is easy. Okay, so well done to those of you that put B. We had a slight lead there from 5CF on that question. Right, but we had a lead from 5VP on the previous question, so I mean it's all to go for, guys. Let's start the timer, 2 minutes. Circle the words that are antonyms. Now you know what they mean, no excuses, guys, in the sentence below. Antonyms are, I can't tell you again, I'll just be giving it to you. Guys, it's so close. The points so far are 22 to 5BP. 23 to 5CF. It is literally a point in it. And the last time that happened, 5BP just literally went and they just took it. So 5CF, be careful. Comment now. Comment quick. Right, a minute's just about going now. We have Amy E in with the correct answer. Cole in with the correct answer. Summit in with the correct answer. Caris in with the correct answer. Isla in with the correct answer. Maisie in with the correct. See what I mean about 5BP? 5CF. I just don't stop. Lexi in with the correct answer. This is great from 5BP. Danielle in with the correct answer. Oh, Jay, one of your words is right. Quick, check again. You got 25 seconds. Go, Jay, go. Come on, Sky. 5CF need you. 5BP. I've got 2 more points this round. 10 seconds. And 1. Good job, guys. So that brings it 26 to 5CF and 27 now to 5BP because 5BP smashed it, and really that worthless and valuable are those synonyms of each other. Antonyms, sorry. So what looked like a worthless collection of rusty metal turned out to include ancient coins that had valuable jewelry. So initially the perception was, this is worthless metal. And then it actually turned out that they were super valuable ancient coins and very valuable jewelry. Sounds like they've just come into some money. What great treasure to find. Right, commas. We learned about commas. So insert 1 comma in the sentence below. So your task is to write out the sentence with the comma in the correct place. I will not give points to those of you that do not include capital letters or full stops in the correct place as well. It is fully punctuated correctly, please. Don't worry, you've got 2 minutes to type this up. Superstar Amy. Superstar Summer. Jay, you're so close. You're slightly punctuated incorrectly. Capital letters mainly. Danny as well. Saturday. Needs capital. Full stop at the end. Well done, Lexi. John Paul, I asked for the whole sentence, my lovely. Typed out correctly. Maisie, I'm. The I in I needs capital, my lovely. Oh, Cole, I'm is a contracted word. You are missing an apostrophe. Right, well done for telling me your correction, Danielle. Time's up. Now, do you know only 4 people wrote that completely correctly? I had to take away points from so many people because either capital letters were missing or full stops were missing. I think you guys are trying to get in there fast, aren't you? But in terms of comma, not one person got it wrong. Not one person. So super work with your comma knowledge there. So that brings us up to 27, 28, 29 for 5BP. 29 for 5CF. Oh my gosh, could it be any closer? So absolutely, it was on Saturday, comma, I'm going to the water park. Now, this was a dependent clause at the beginning of the sentence, and it is what we would call a time adverbial because it's telling us when they went to the water park. They went on Saturday. It could even work that we could move that around, couldn't we? We could change that around. So it could say, I'm going to the water park, comma, on Saturday as well. So it could come anywhere in the sentence, front or at the end as well. Right. Insert 3. Gosh. Now this time you don't need to write out the whole sentence. I'm going to pause the timer actually because I'll explain it first. This time you don't have to write out the whole sentence. You just have to put the comma. Tell me where the commas go in between what two words. Okay? So there are 3 missing ones in this sentence. Where should they go? Just want to say well done to Debbie, John, Paul, Chloe D, Amy Lee as well, because I can see your comments now from the previous. So well done. Well done, Maisie. So Maisie just typed me the 3 words that it comes after, the commas come after. That's maybe a nice quick way to get your answers in. Danielle, I agree with your first 2, but I don't agree with your last one. Have another look. Well done, Amy E. Well done, John Paul. Well done, Jay. Well done, Summer. Well done, Lexi. Well done, Chloe D. Right, nouns there. Well done, guys. So let's have a look. So the sentence should read, she wore a dark red skirt, comma, a woolen jumper, comma, a scarf with matching hat, comma, thick socks and black boots. Well done for knowing that those weren't there. I think it was around here that it was a little bit tricky knowing what was with a matching hat. Well done for knowing that. Scarves and hats tend to pair together. You tend to have a matching set, don't you? So well done for that. Good job. Right. I'm going to move on from that one. Oh, what is, this is a nice easy one, hopefully. What is the grammatical term for the underlined part of the sentence? So here's your sentence. I've underlined just that first part. What is it though? Is it an adverbial? Is it a main clause? Is it a noun phrase? Or is it a subordinate clause? A, B, C, or D? You tell me. That rhymes, you know. A, B, C, or D? You tell me. Which one is it going to be? I mean, poet. I'm a poet. Also, it is 33 to 5 BP, 32 to 5 CF. The 5 CF, if you want to take the lead, you need to take a steal. 5 BP, if you want to make it a draw for the end of this term, keep it up. You're doing great. Well done, Cole. Oh, quite a few of us getting this one a bit incorrect, but I've only had Cole with the right answer. So if you submitted me an answer and you've only heard me say Cole's name, it means you're wrong. Hello, Kaiden. Oh, we've struggled with this one. Come on, guys. Hello, Akmal. Right, try again. It's not that one. Ah, I know what I've got to teach you next time then. Gosh, I caught almost all of you out, except for Carl. Guys, right. Let's talk about this one. It is a noun phrase, which you might be more used to hearing as an expanded noun phrase. Demi, I don't know if you just came in last minute there with the correct answer. Carl, I'm a poet and I didn't know it. It's a noun phrase. Like, remember, for an expanded noun phrase, A, you need a noun mate. First up, choose a determiner. Remember, we did the song. What's it going? Hey, how do you make a noun phrase? First up, you need a noun mate. Choose a determiner. Select one, then put it to the front. Something like that. Can't remember. But either way, you need a determiner here, an adjective, ancient, desolate, and a noun. House, expanded noun phrase. I could have just said the house had been abandoned for many years, but I expanded the information that we know about the noun to say it is an ancient and desolate house. So the ancient desolate house had been abandoned for many years, making a noun phrase, or same thing, an expanded noun phrase. So be careful. Bet you're thinking, oh, how did I miss that? Right, I think I've got to leave it there at question 8. Because even though I do have other questions, I'm going to skip through because look at the time. So I can always add those. But I do want to just talk to you about the end of term superstars because we are at the end of term now. We do have a week off next week. And I wanted to say massive thank yous. Now, I want to thank everyone that comes onto our live lessons. They probably take, I mean, Miss Purcell, I think, holds the record for taking 8 hours to plan one of these lessons. But that is about how much work we put into these lessons. The way that we have to plan it, the way that we have to get it ready so that you can see it on the screen takes hours. I knew enough for you to dedicate half a day to it each time. So it isn't something that's easy to do, and it isn't something that's quick to do. And it may seem like it's easy and effortless because me and Miss Purcell have got more used to it now. So I cannot thank you enough for coming on because when we are spending something silly like 8 hours doing one lesson for you, if you don't turn up, imagine how that must make us feel. So for the fact that you do turn up and you do contribute and you do comment, it makes it worth it for us. So a massive thank you to everyone that tunes in every single week. However, I do have some English superstars that throughout the term have stood out and have been absolutely phenomenal and have literally put the biggest smile on my face each and every lesson. So, in bronze position, I would like to say a massive well done and congratulations to you, Jay. You literally come onto every lesson. You try so hard with your doodle activities after. You are phenomenal and you have been truly recognised this term. So, a massive well done to you. In bronze position for 5BP, Cole. Absolutely phenomenal. You greet me every morning with hello and how are you, miss, which is so touching. Again, you contribute loads. You give it a go. If I say try again, Cole, you try again. You're relentless and you do so well each and every lesson. In silver position for 5CF, Danielle. Danielle currently holds the highest doodle age in 5CF, almost reaching 12 and a half to 13 years old in her learning. That's how much she's been doing over this lockdown period. Again, you tune into every lesson, you comment, you give it a great go. You're always the first to comment on the register in the morning. You're always cracking my riddles. It's actually annoying me a little bit. I need to think about how I can make it harder for you. And you're just a superstar, so definitely my silver position. Coming in for 5 BP is Isla. Again, every lesson, constantly going, near enough getting fastest finger. You're always there, near enough in the first top 3 all the time. You don't stop. Again, you are incredible, a remarkable learner. And coming in goal position, though, I don't think this is going to come to a shock to anyone. These gold superstars literally are beyond amazing, and I'm sure Miss Purcell knows who's coming as well. A massive well done to both Summer and to Amy E. You two literally give 100% in every single lesson. You go above and beyond with all the tasks that you do outside of our lessons, such as our doodle, our afternoon topic work, our Spanish work, everything. And Amy, your thoughtfulness is unreal as well. So, I mean, I know you sent in flowers to Miss Purcell only the other week just to say a thank you for the learning she's doing at home, and now you've got to send us both in some tea. I just can't get over it. So can I just say a massive well done to everyone, but a particular well done to those 6 learners that have made this a great experience. So please do enjoy your half term. I won't be seeing you now until we come back. You do, of course, have your afternoon learning today, your lesson with Miss Purcell, and then your final learning tomorrow. And then after that, at around 3 o'clock on Friday, you can shut it all off and start to plan your fantastic holidays. So it has been a pleasure. I will miss you for the week that I don't speak to you all. Look after yourself, stay safe if you're going out, and have a lovely afternoon. And I'll be looking at your comments during your math lesson. So take care all. Goodbye.